cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. Cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me. Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. On we'll go.
What does perfect even?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mayhem Mountain. And today, Rhodes, my boy, my lad, not only are we joined once again with Ecstatic, you can't hear him as per usual. He hates you, Twitch chat. But we have the match of the bottom feeders today. Pantheon versus Feeling Fated.
Yeah, both these teams have not been able to get onto the start they definitely would have wanted, and we've seen a lot more of Pantheon and have seen them go through a lot of struggles up and down. especially with just the carry of Scorpio just not able to pull across the rest of this team. So I really want to see the rest of the team step up there for the side of Pantheon, but for Feeling Faded, I believe we've only watched them one time, but we saw a decent performance, but it just wasn't enough. We need to see these guys play together smart. We need to see some teamwork. And we're starting off on Icebox, which is Pantheon's map, so they're definitely going to want to look for some sort of good start heading onto this map. And I see an Astra on the field, so that's also going to be an interesting pick there for the side of Pantheon.
I have a feeling this match is going to be very unpredictable, and starting it already out with the maps. I mean, we've got Icebox, Abyss, and then Sunset. 3 maps that we don't see a ton. It's a lot of Lotus, a lot of Bind, a lot of Haven, you know, the occasional Scent in there. We don't get these maps very often, and both of these teams wanting to possibly dig deep in the strat book today.
You know what we also don't see often? Double Sentinel on Icebox. That is what Feeling Faded is going for. Gem on that Sage, Randy on the KJ. Very interesting game we're going to be seeing, especially since they did pick attack on this map. So I'm really interested to see what they do decide to do here.
I mean, Sage isn't that outlandish of a pick on Icebox. It's certainly, I don't know if I'd necessarily say it's the go-to, but Sage can definitely act as a bit more of a Sentinel hybrid, I feel. So we will definitely see how it's going to play out. There's going to be a little bit less bite possibly to this attacking side for Feeling Faded, but it's not deterring them in the pistol round. They are going to get this plant down over towards the B site. Things are going well so far as we find ourselves in a 5v5 post plant. Defenders are close by to respond though, and they're breaking down that wall to try and get through this front line. Zora, an early peek, will only find a dink onto Gem, who is just going to try and tuck in and stay alive as long as they can. Eventually they will go down. Wingman on the spike quickly taken out, but everybody on the attack falls, and it's all down to a 1v4 for Randy, who has gotten into a solid position for this, and the time is quite low. These players need to get onto the spike, and they'll do just that. The wall works to the detriment of the attack, and it's going to be Pantheon pulling out a pistol.
I mean, the first blood did go over to the side of Feeling Faded, but they weren't able to find anything else. They got outnumbered and outclassed by Tony and Scorpio. They were just hitting their shots a lot better. I feel like they just kind of got outnumbered on all these peaks. A lot of ones were taken for the side of Feeling Faded, which definitely did not help. But Pantheon, they needed to start off this map with a good start in general. They have a round win. They're looking to get more here, and this is their map. So if they can maybe pull through, once again, like we mentioned before, whoever wins this gets... And since this is Pantheon's map, getting a good start will definitely help go towards that, as it does look like Feeling Faded are going to be opting towards this A side. Gem will get spotted out. So we'll definitely see what they decide to do here, but I feel like they're just going to get gunned down by all 3 of these guys that are still on the site for the side of Pantheon.
Yeah, I believe it's 2 Spectres set to receive this assault, and most likely hold strong against them, barring perhaps some crazy shots out of the attack. They're not going to commit to anything quite yet, though. They start to slowly fall back, and we see Randy probing all the way over towards B. Feeling Faded are taking their time with this round.
Yeah, and Randy is going for this lurk here that is going to call the rest of the team, but Zora still there with the Spectre could potentially get them off guard either way, since 4 members of Pantheon are still towards this A site. This B could be free if they have the right angle.
Ivy trying to lay in wait for the aggression, and it will come, but can't quite win the fight. Goes down and puts the attackers in a 4v5 disadvantage. They will get this plant down, but man disadvantage and the gun disadvantage could prove to be a problem. Gem, though, starting it out strong in this post plant, equalizes to a 4v4. Eventually, the defense are going to have these angles cleared out, and they're just going to start barreling forward to recover this defuse. It has to be perfect from Feeling Faded here. They have to play off of each other exactly right. As that smoke goes out onto the spike, the wingman will start to try and defuse. Gunk goes down. Anya wrestles one back, but the wingman provides the full defuse. It's a solid round though for Feeling Faded. They've collected all the kills. That's a good eco.
I mean, it is in all right eco, yeah, but I feel like they would have gotten more guns if they did end up dying. Either way, actually, no, that is incorrect. Never mind. Either way, not bad. They're able to find a lot of kills, take every gun off of the side of Pantheon, and they even got the bomb plant, which is also a huge contributor to their economy. That just stacks it up a bit more. So I'm really interested to see if they can get rid of this round pretty fine, because if they can, they're actually not in a or a terrible spot heading into this next round, as it does look like Pantheon want to make a lot of movement up mid.
The economy of Pantheon is absolutely devastated right now. They're forced back onto pistols. Only a single stinger is mustered by Wonderland. And once again, it's going to be this B site that's under scrutiny as Scorpio's pinged out, has to fall back, and that plant will come through once again, courtesy of Gem. He's going to try and turn up the aggression, but only meets a sheriff between the eyes. Now, all of a sudden, Pantheon have a foothold in this retake. Ivy wrestles one back. Anya adds to the tally. And then top the yellow box, Anya collects a double here. It's not looking good for this retake, but the name of the game is damage in this bonus round, and they find all of it. What, out of nowhere, everybody just falls. What happened to Feeling Faded just then?
I think Feeling Faded took way too many 1v2s, and it hurt them. Gem took a 1v2. Randy took a 1v2. Gem took a 1v2. Anya took a 1v2. They just all tried to fight these gunfights, and Wonderland was able to finish it off with the kill. And Toxic Tony, 5-1 now on this Gecko. Just very poor.
I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. Like, how did they throw that away? The time was low. They had multiple players. I am at a loss. That is not great for Feeling Faded. It does not bode well for their chances if they're giving up a round that they had that decisively in a matter of seconds as well. But Power the Pantheon there is going to give them the bonus round win, and they're going to be feeling really confident off the back of that. It's 5 Vandals up and running, and they've read the attack well, as there's 3 players over here on A. Randy is once again in that lurk position towards B. We turn our sights to a potential execute onto this A site.
They also forced into this round too, so if Feeling Faded loses hurtfully again, that's even more economy, even more rounds that are going to go over the Pantheon if they cannot play this cleanly.
It's looking rough for Feeling Faded right now. It's a very slow approach, and they're starting to run a little bit low on time. 50 seconds, they're going to decide to run over towards the B side. They've done this multiple times, and I feel like eventually Pantheon are going to start recognizing this. If Feeling Faded continue to go for this play, Zora getting a little bit proactive is going to peek out and try and get an opening for their team, but will only be taken out by Ivy. So it is once again an advantage for Feeling Faded as we shift into this postman. But we've seen this before. This does not guarantee the round win, apparently, as this retake is going to start to come forward.
Different wall too.
Yeah, very different wall, and I actually really like this position from Gem. Might be able to actually just tuck into this smoke. This could be huge from Gem if gone uncleared. Doesn't look like anybody is taking this into an account, and it's gonna deny the wingman defuse. Toxic Tony is gonna have so much trouble trying to get in there. Randy from the back line picks up one, and Ivy closes it out. So there's 3 bodies lost, but finally Feeling Faded on the board.
Yeah, their economy still may be shattered, but either way, they're just gonna force up again. They win the round finally. They're only down 3-1, so they can definitely bring it back. As what?
Green olive peak. There it is in the chat already. We're having a little bit of fun in the pregame lobby, and I'm gonna out Ivy on stream fully. Apparently, we'll just eat green olives out of the jar, and I told her that she needs to bring that energy into the server. And, I guess it's here.
I don't understand the green olive ideology, but you know what? If it works, it works. As it does look like we're going to be going towards A again, but as we know from these rounds, A is never probably the answer. I mean, we'll see if they do commit to it finally, but we've seen them rotate off this angle time and time again. I'm really looking at Anya here to see if they can find this Blade from kill.
Any of those caught exposed to Wonderland on this top position will collect 2 kills. Scorpio from the back of the site gets one of their own and doubles up as well, as everybody for Feeling Faded falls. The green olive energy is petering out right now, and Randy is left alone in a 1v4. Doesn't get spotted out in mid and could re-aggress this space. This could be a massive gap in the defense to start to work a surely unthinkable clutch.
Yeah, I don't know if it's really possible. 4-2 is Randy, so there is always that option. But since Toxic Tony is actually watching it, it feels like it is seconds before this round is over. Just kidding.
A good shot from Randy, but the time is low. 30 seconds left and can't get over Scorpio. It's a full house between Scorpio and Wonderland to very calmly secure a 4th round.
Yeah, the teamwork there actually trying to push the site for Feeling Fade wasn't there. That just kind of felt like Anya was just on their own with the Blade Storm pushing through. It didn't really have much support. The team just kind of fell forward. They're like in a marching line in the military. They're just like, hut and die. As they just walked straight into Wonderland and...
Keep up.
Who is that again? Scorpio? I don't remember.
Yeah, Scorpio. Wonderland and Scorpio are the only 2 that were really required for that round win for Pantheon. And yeah, I mean, it was pretty limp from Feeling Faded. They kind of, like you said, just walked right into the crosshairs of their opponents. Wonderland once again set up to receive this aggression. However, Ivy manages to get 2 kills in return before losing their own life. So Toxic Tony, not wanting to overplay their hand, is gonna opt to keep these attackers at bay as Gunk has to go for the spike. On the other side of the map, Randy falls to Scorpio as well.
Almost on cue, just like you said, they just kind of walk into the crosshairs, and Wonderland once again picks up a 2K. They did kind of find a more favorable position by getting the 2 for 3, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. The rest of the members could not find anything. That is now 4 ultimates on the board for the side of Pantheon. Their economy is looking really good. We're going to see another buy coming out from Feeling Faded, but now that's 5-1. If you don't win this round, it does kind of feel like this half may be over, as my dog screams in the background.
Yeah, your dog is definitely a Pantheon supporter. Feeling hyped up, I imagine, with this honestly really strong start to their defense. Keep in mind, the setup of Feeling Faded does lend itself to the defense a little bit more, but this is starting to get out of control as Gem goes down to a snake bite inside of the Viper's pit. Lockdown is committed just to get basic access to the site, and Wonderland manages to slip through, almost finds a double kill, but it's a good response from Anya to try and keep this from going awry. Randy adds to the tally as well, but once again falls to the clutch and can't find it again.
I don't know how Wonderland's getting away with this. Found the snakebite kill because they slowly pushed through that Viper's pit, took so much decay damage so that the snakebite was able to find a lot of damage there and able to kill Gem, which definitely not what you want, especially when Gem has that resurrection available. And then able to just push through that toxic screen and found another pick. That is huge kills to open up that round, and the rest of the team is just able to close it off. Just Pantheon's not being punished whatsoever for what they're doing and Feeling Faded. They need to figure out these plays that Pantheon keep doing. They keep just playing very simple and smart, and Feeling Faded just don't have the right peaks. As Scorpio now has an operator, this could be so detrimental.
We need to start seeing some better utility coming out from the Viper and the Sova right now. All of Pantheon have been able to just set up in their favorite positions and farm kills. Scorpio not punished for their over-aggression as well, will escape with their life. And finally, it seems like Feeling Faded have managed to get into the site, but can they hold that control? Anya is trying to do so, manages to find the kill onto Toxic Tony, and as this plant goes down, it's looking like another solid post plant for Feeling Faded, but we have seen this more than once in this matchup already. We need to see some kind of step up here. They can't afford to lose yet another retake and let this scoreline slip further and further away, but things just feel so impossible right now because it's all left up to Randy in the clutch and can't get it done. It's 7-1.
Something I really liked about that round from Pantheon, they may have been versing a 3v5, but something we did see after Scorpio was giving haircuts with the operator, they actually swapped weapons with Celery to give Scorpio that Vandal, and that actually contributed to that 3k on the round, actually able to push out the site, and just the confidence that they have in Scorpio, one of their main carries of this team, is actually really wild, because that is the main contributor of winning that round. You swap the gun, let them have the better weaponry to fight this retake, and they just played that beautifully. They're able to clear the site well, and Feeling Fade, once again, they just kind of fell on their face.
Was Scorpio always on the duelist role? I feel like Scorpio has
That
swapped
is Initiator.
to duelist. I was gonna say I felt like Initiator is mostly what we've seen Scorpio on, but it seems their form has been enough to get promoted to duelist in this league, and it's working out really well. All of Pantheon are looking like a well-oiled machine currently. Feeling Faded or feeling the brunt of it.
Yeah, and we have to see what Feeling Fade can do to get back in this game, as Wonderland and Randy will trade some shots back. And nice shot from Wonderland. Another advantage here for Pantheon. Now Feeling Fade are going to push back through spawn, but this is not looking good.
You will not kill
At least they do get the res up, but will Wonderland be able to find even more value? No, it's going to be Scorpio from mid to cut down Gem, and all of Feeling Faded are completely pinned right now. They're going to opt to just go towards A, and this is beautifully read by Pantheon. They rotate 3 players over to receive this and throw out some preemptive utility, get ahead of the take. A whiffed shot, though, is going to give a foothold, and this double op setup could be a problem, especially when they're not finding their mark. Toxic Tony now under a lot of pressure is Zora to alleviate some of it. Takes Anya out of the round, and Ivy's quick to respond. Toxic Tony adds to the tally. Celery is there as well, and once again we see Randy in a clutch. Has been in this position so many times and has failed every single one. Could this be where the stars align? Decides to go up top, tries to stop this defuse from coming through, but Zora on the coverage is too strong, and everything is going Pantheon's way.
Oh dear, we're starting to get to the point where you have to wonder, if you're Feeling Faded, what do we do in this game? How do we break this defense that has been destroying us? They don't have a sentinel in general. They're just completely outplaying Feeling Faded. We're going to get that timeout, understandably. But even though they do have this double sentinel comp that is going to be better on their defensive side, what do you think they have to talk about here? Because it just looks like they're falling flat any site they go to and just getting absolutely outplayed.
We need to see more team play, and I know that we say that almost every single time we have a timeout call to talk about what this team needs to change. But that is the biggest thing that is holding back Feeling Faded right now. Every kill Pantheon gets feels like there is no nearby trade. A lot of the utility isn't really coming through for the site hit. It feels like, I mean, it's just like, sort of everything for Feeling Faded is going wrong, and the first step to getting back into the series is gonna be getting on the same page with your team and being able to play those trades. It's been very lackluster so far.
Yeah, especially when they have these advantages at the start of the round, when they are able to pick stuff up, because we saw a few rounds ago when they're able to find that 3v5 play, they just kind of just got out-mustered there, got absolutely destroyed by the retaken players. And it wasn't even a utility thing. It has kind of felt like we haven't seen crazy utility from the side of Pantheon, but they just play so good together. And when they do use their utility, they're just making sure that it's actually worth it and they find value, something we haven't seen so far from Feeling Faded. As it does look like they're going to be hitting B once again. There's no fakes going on. There's no lurks going on. They are just full facing B, but that operator is there and could be deadly.
It's in the hands of none other than Scorpio, who has been on fire for this Pantheon team. The lockdown gets destroyed by Zora, and everything is clicking right now for Pantheon, as Wonderland is going to try and bypass this turret, but Randy is close and keeping a watchful eye on that flank. The plant goes down. Toxic Tony takes out Gem, and Anya goes down as well. This is not looking good. The Viper's Pit will go down. Actually, no, Gunk is able to barely stay inside of it, and with the Judge, is able to collect a single kill. But Zora pushing around the backside is going to cause problems, and Gunk is now left retreating. These defenders are going to start to get onto the spike. Gunk Manages to get another kill, and Randy doubles up. All of a sudden, Randy has pulled a clutch out of nowhere, and finally we see Feeling Faded pull through.
I mean, if Feeling Faded was going to win around there, it would be at the luck of their teeth. Yes, Randy found that 3K with the spam, but right there you saw Toxic Tony have to reload right when they were about to kill the 1 HP Randy. So unfortunate for them, but either way, you cannot discount what Randy just did there. They both had to play back because they didn't know where the flanking player was. But as they moved forward, that spam through the Viper's Pit will find a lot. The Nano Swarm will find a lot, and they were able to win that round general. I do want to say as well, Gunk, with that, Judge actually was able to find 2 picks as well to actually give them the man advantage as well. So that was also really nice to see. Either way, they're finally able to break the mold. We'll see what they do in this round, as B-Hit is going to be the play. Once again, they have no ultimates to use, but neither do Pantheon. So far this B-Hit retake has done really well for Pantheon, so I really want to see if Feeling Fade can play this cleanly.
That pull was actually really interesting. It pulled Sage closer into the wall so the spike destroyed it, and now this retake is on for Pantheon. That was a great set play, I feel like, and everything is once again falling apart. It falls to Randy once again, 1v5, and no shot in this round. It was a great adaptation here from Pantheon.
Pantheon had 2 guns coming into that round, and they found all the value with those 2 guns in. Sorry?
Was that a flawless round? I think 1 went down.
Yeah, I think 1 went down. Either way, that is not what you want whatsoever.
Yeah. 2 rifles into the round and only 1 dies is that's rough for Feeling Faded, at least.
Yeah, and Toxic Tony found a kill with the mosh pit too. That's not what you want when you have all the rifles. And now that we're in the last round of this half, I mean, they're going to need to really claw their way back, because we have seen comebacks before. We've seen them happen, but so far I feel like we haven't seen enough out of Feeling Faded for me to get that hopium in here.
We've seen a 193 curse earlier this week, and at this point that feels like what Feeling Faded are relying on: a hope, a prayer, and a curse. Otherwise, this map will quickly go the way of Pantheon, which is their map pick. Granted, it's a bit of an odd map to pick as well. So maybe Feeling Faded just really weren't ready for it, or maybe Pantheon is just completely outclassing them, as Wonderland gets a double kill. The Thrash gets the detain, but Anya trying to keep things interesting. What on earth is this crosshair from Celery? It doesn't matter. Manages to find the kill. Now Swarm on the spike will stall at the time, but it's Randy in another surely unwinnable clutch. 1v4. Smokes are up, and the defuse is coming through. Nothing available for Feeling Faded.
What was available is another good round there for Wonderland. A 3K on it absolutely just said goodbye to this Feeling Faded team. They are not prepared on Icebox is what it looks like. We'll see what they do on their map pick of Abyss, but I really need to see them come together here. I know we mentioned teamwork. I know we mentioned this and that, but we need to see some cohesiveness from this Feeling Faded team. We need to see them work together to win these rounds and just have better mid-rounding in general, 'cause their post plants have been the detriment to this team. They're always able to find that plant down with minimal numbers dead. So if they're able to clean up their mid-round a lot, I think they can definitely find a lot more success, not just in this map, but in the rest of this series and this tournament as a whole.
Credit where credit is due as well. Pantheon's retakes have been very clean. They've been very concise, very well and tightly knit. It's been a great performance from Pantheon overall, but can't help but feel a little bit disappointed with Feeling Faded's performance here. I did say at the start of the game that their agent lineup does lend itself to the defense a bit more than the attack, but this feels like a bit too tall of a task. Randy, blinded by the Dizzy, will be cleared out, but Anya's there to cover. And all of a sudden, this pistol is looking good for Feeling Faded as they collect 2 kills.
You shush.
Quickly responded by Pantheon as I curse Feeling Faded. In a matter of seconds, it crumbles around them, and they're forced into a retake that does not look great. The one saving grace is that Scorpio is low HP, but could manage to find a backstab here. It's just working their way around the backside, and nobody is watching it. It is a sweep from Pantheon across the kill feed, and they find an 11th.
And on cue, they may have had the numbers once again, but Algeria opened his big fat mouth.
I did. I'm sorry, Feelin.
To win the pistol. It's 11-2. It's probably going to be a match point. And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the match is over, but you never know what can happen.
Do I have to do another written apology?
I think you should start on the first paragraph now, and then we'll.
Okay, I'll get to work on it.
Next map, you'll have to finish it.
Yeah, I'll have it ready by the next map. You know, I'll work on it during the 5-minute break.
Either way, we've seen teams be able to come back from these types of maps in general. So do not count Feeling Fade out. They're probably going to talk about it after this map. They're going to clean it up, at least hopefully. And I really want to see what they can bring out.
I thought you were talking about this map. I was like, it feels at this point this map does feel like a GG go next scenario. But yeah, the series it's not quite over, and Gem doesn't seem to think this map is over. I need to stop talking. I'm sorry, Feeling Faded. Everything falls around them once again. 2v3, 2 paragraphs. Oh man.
Hey, you never know. We've seen them do crazy things before.
Hey, who's cursing them now? All right.
I'm just giving them hope. I never said that they're looking or Gem wants to win whatever yada yada. Either way, Thrash gets entertained.
That's
tee.
Just did you just say tee?
I said tee. Toxic Tony though, 19-5-3 now on this Gecko, playing quite a phenomenal game. I know we haven't really talked much about the single player performances because this has been just a complete stomp, but Toxic Tony hasn't really, it's really been on Pantheon, Scorpio versus the world, and I mean Tony has been pretty fine throughout this tournament so far, but this carry performance we're seeing right now is definitely a huge step up, and I'm really excited to see if they can maybe turn it to a new gear and do it throughout the series and throughout the rest of this term, because it's always really interesting. Oh, what are they doing here? Pantheon pushing mid.
Pantheon are just sending it up mid, and they're not gonna be punished for it either. Ivy doesn't have enough bullets to hold off that assault. Anya gets 1 kill, but that's all they'll be afforded. This is not looking great for Feeling Faded. It looks like it is gonna be a 13-2 victory for Pantheon. And that's exactly what we will see. An amazing Icebox performance and a team ace to close it out.
I mean, what a game in general. That is probably the biggest stomp we have seen so far in this tournament, at least to my remembrance. I can only remember things that happened an hour ago. So it is the biggest stomp we've seen so far in the tournament, at least map-wise. So I'm really interested to see if we can see that comeback in this series for Feeling Fade, if they can step it up, if they can talk to each other. But that all comes for next map, and I mean, there's not really much else to say. Toxic Tony, Wonderland Scorpio went crazy. I'm really excited to see what we can hear from them in a minute.
And we'll be pulling in Zora here for the interview after winning Icebox. Certainly has to be feeling really solid. Zora, congratulations. 13. Okay. I mean, 13-2, I imagine, is significantly better than you guys expected that map to go. An absolute stomp in your guys' favor.
Brother, I'm telling you right now, that was so Sigma. I feel like we ate that so cuntiliciously.
I kind of wanted to ask about the pick for Icebox. It's a bit of an abnormal pick, especially.
It was on accident.
Okay, I was gonna say it looked like you guys were really well rehearsed on the map, and everything looked really. You know, like you guys had been practicing it a lot. Guess not. Never mind. I will shut my mouth.
I do appreciate it though, man. Seriously, working real hard to get here.
I assume I already know the reason, but what was the call for the last round? Were you guys just that confident, or do you just want to run at them?
Confidence. I'm gonna be completely honest. I feel like our egos were quite on the high end at the end of that. I know that's not something you should be hearing from some of the people from the bottom of the bracket, but you know, when you're feeling it, you're feeling it, man.
I mean, yeah, sorry, I just caught very off guard by the start of this interview.
Hey, don't worry about
Congratulations,
it.
you have stun locked the casters.
Let's
Uh,
go!
it's gonna take about 5 minutes for us to recover. We're gonna throw it to a quick break as we get ready for Abyss.
Let's go! Sigma Yacht!
Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me.
Do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. How long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Me and Rhodes have been given enough time, I suppose, to recover from
No.
that interview. We're hopefully feeling faded have had enough time to recover from Icebox because that was, I imagine, quite a demoralizing map to have just played through, and hopefully they can find themselves bouncing back on their own map pick.
Yeah, I mean, this is their map pick now. They may have gotten a very demoralizing loss, like you said, but anything can happen. These series are very comebackable. You just have this one talk and you can show up. I'm really looking forward to seeing what else we can see from this team because again, they do have as well, we didn't really mention before, they do have a sub in as Anya instead of Hyphen, which Hyphen, at least from when we saw them, they were a very good player and one of the most stable players for thanks, Doug. Were one of the most stable players for the side of Feeling Fade, and now they're not here. We need to see some more stepping up from the rest of the team. We need to see what they're able to do, and we're gonna see an Astra and Sage come back. I really hope that we can definitely see something different from this team here.
That right there is why cats are better. I'm just saying. And yeah, I mean, hopefully we can definitely see more from Feeling Faded in this map. It just felt so flat-footed. How else can you say that? It just felt like Feeling Faded were never present in Icebox. And hopefully Abyss, they have a little bit more up their sleeves. Or North.
So no stream.
I'll pause the game. I don't have cheats. You never activated cheats for me.
Yeah, so not pausing, no stream.
Well, wait, is stream still up? Can you still hear stream? Can you hear us? Hi,
Okay.
stream. Bear with us as we figure this out. A bit of a crash from ecstatic. It's all right. It's all right.
We'll just cast over the game and just use your ears instead of your
Yeah,
eyes.
we'll be extra descriptive. You're in lobby.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountain Radio Show.
Oh, you just disconnected from the lobby. Never mind. I went back to follow mode.
It does look like the Pantheon are going towards the A site where only Gem is.
Yeah, it does not look good for Gem. However, a quick rotate from their team is going to be coming through here. Mid will be occupied as well by none other than Randy, who's going to start trying to work up that flank. As Ecstatic does a double crash, we're going to be bringing you this action. Gecko Flash drains over the site as Pantheon go to take it, and they'll do so successfully. That Wingman will commit the spike. Scorpio set up on a crossfire here, and it looks like they possibly want to aggress towards the defender spawn as they prep a flash off of Celery. Two players in heaven here for Feeling Faded to try and take back this ground, but they can't quite find any distance. It's having a lot of trouble getting out of these choke holds, out of these choke points rather. They will muster 2 kills. It's brought to a 3v3, but Scorpio is there to respond. Randy on the flank is the only one left, 1v2, and can't manage to do.
This is so stupid.
It's very dumb. That was very dumb.
Um,
Static, you back yet? No.
once, yeah, I got it. Once again, Wonderland and the rest of the Pantheon, or well, Scorpio and the rest of the Pantheon, really are able to win that round and able to secure another a lot of value heading into this. We need to see Feeling Fade come back from this because they need to start winning these rounds, especially pistols. We saw Boba win yesterday purely off of them able to win so many pistol rounds. So I really need to see them be able to push forward and just play a lot better into these rounds. As Scorpio with a huge shot will open up the round.
Oh, that's gonna give Gem a headache tomorrow. Absolutely tapped out of the round. And the A site is once again in the palm of the attackers. It's all 4 remaining members of Feeling Faded pushing up on the flank, but it's guarded by Wonderland, who played extremely well in map 1 and will continue their strong form here in map 2. So much utilities coming out from these attackers to heal the flank at bay. Not a single kill will be found. It's a flawless round for Pantheon.
Oh, why is my stream not working?
Man, everything's breaking, huh? Is your Sai, your game still crash?
Why is it frozen?
Or that's not good. All right, you guys are gonna be watching the Discord stream of Rhodes, unless I have to Discord stream it. I can do that.
I mean,
If
I
you
don't
need
have
me.
audio. I can't. Yeah, I can't
Okay.
stream it.
All right, I'm streaming. I'm doing it.
So I'm observing while
Fine.
you're streaming my stream, and then okay.
No. I'm not streaming your stream. I'm just streaming the game. And
Yeah, sorry.
then
You're streaming the game while yeah.
yeah, and
It's a
you're on
whole fun
observer mode.
circle.
So
Yeah.
a little bit of improvisation here. Something we'll have to see out of Feeling Faded if they want to find themselves back in this game, as all of their set plans have gone awry. They're gonna have to dig deep to find a map win here on Abyss to push us to the third. Plank goes down, and that time is ticking away as it's a very slow approach from Feeling Faded to try and get this retake going, but it's gonna be disrupted here by Ivy pushing up. Anya able to secure a double kill, and Randy gets one of their own. But this is a bonus round. Pantheon, the wall goes up. Scorpio pushing up, denies the defuse, and slips back into the back line of Feeling Faded. This is such a problem as Scorpio is going huge and has won this round.
Oh my god, once again, they're able to pull through off the back of Scorpio Pantheon. They're up 3-0 once again and Feeling Faded. This is your map. And once again, I know I've said this 4 times, but once again, from both the last map and now, it's just not paying dividends of these post plants. Feeling Faded, they haven't cleaned it up. The Sage pick so far hasn't shown its worth, and it has just gone down constantly. Another time, once again, where Wonderland.
You have audio, right, Static? No. Like you have audio off my stream, right? Hey, okay. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, Rhodes. I'm just trying to make sure stream is at least mildly functional. Keyword being mildly, much like the attempts from Feeling Faded. They're pretty mild in success. They've only found a few rounds across 2 whole maps thus far, as they haven't found anything in Abyss. However, this eco is starting out well. They managed to secure 2 kills and possibly could give foothold to try and get something on the board. Toxic Tony is looking to strip them of that luxury, though. Claims 2 kills, and they're going to rotate around the defender's spawn all the way to B, so the retake will be on.
Yeah, and they definitely did not want to play that well. Those really good darts there from Ivy. Able to find a lot of kills there, and overall, great plays. Now we're going to see them take a heaven position here, which can be very good, but the guns will be picked up here from the side of Feeling Faded. So it's a very favorable position for them. They have 2 rifles. They still have that Sheriff with Ivy, but either way, I like what they're doing. But I don't know about the smoke here from the side of Pantheon. It's definitely going to be hard to use, but with that second Thrash charge available for Toxic Tony, anything can happen.
Certainly it's not looking good in this retake, as the time's already ticking low and they're not ready for these positions. Both players are detained, and that means that the round is completely lost. This is looking horrible for Feeling Faded once again. And Ecstatic, don't worry about restarting. Just go off of my Discord stream.
And here we go again with Feeling Faded. They're back being down. Gem not able to find much value so far in this game. Randy doing all they can. And like I mentioned before, without them having Hyphen, it's a whole new different ball game for this Feeling Faded roster. It's definitely not showing up at the moment. That green onion or whatever they're talking about before.
Green olive energy.
Green olive energy. It's not enough to pull through against this Pantheon roster.
Honestly, I feel like it's just not present. We saw it for 1 round on Icebox where they brought out some really solid shots and some team play, but other than that, it's been completely devastating for Pantheon. or rather for Feeling Faded, as Pantheon have stormed their way through every single challenge put before them. And they will once again get this plant down. Toxic Tony will push up into a forward position here, and Gem can't win the gunfight. Traded back by Ivy, and it's an even player count as Anya is trying to disrupt this round for the attackers, but it's only gonna flash their teammate. Everything is going poorly for Feeling Faded as Anya finds themselves in a 1v2, and it feels impossible to do. Manages to collect the kill onto Wonderland, and actually also gets the kill. But is there enough time? Yes, there is. Wait, yeah, there's definitely time, right? Yeah.
And the so-called impossible will finally give Feeling Faded the round. Maybe has to delete some sentences off that written apology, because finally the curse from Algeria will give Feeling Faded life in this game. It's 4-1. They have a chance. Their money is still pretty screwed. But the money on the other side for Pantheon isn't that much better, but either way, Feeling Faded, they finally find a chink in the armor of this Pantheon team in this half.
Let it go on record, I'm trying to make this a competitive game.
You always try and throw the "it's impossible to do it" or "feeling impossible," and then finally, I feel like that hasn't really worked so far in this turn, but it has finally paid dividends for you.
And maybe that can be the spark that ignites a fire in Feeling Faded, or will it once again just be a glimmer of hope that is snuffed out? Scorpio looks to be the one to take that flame away. He's pushing up onto this site. Blade Storm popped close on the smoke with a shorty. This is going to be hard for Feeling Faded to break through. The Hunter's Fury does manage to get a tag, but Scorpio is in the backline and harassing these defenders. As two go down, the defender's spawn is compromised. And now Feeling Faded are trying to work a retake from the attacker side of the map. Gunk look to cut off some of these lines of sights, but as the Thrash comes back through, this is gonna be rough to get your footing. The Cosmic Divide comes through, and you gets a kill, and the defuse is gonna start. Randy manages to turn on the kill as well, half on the spike, but Randy runs out of bullets, and Celery collects all 3 kills.
There we go for Celery finally showing up on the board for Pantheon. Celery has been kind of the more quiet player for this Pantheon team, but able to find some kills is definitely very useful. And if you're Feeling Faded, you found some damage onto this team, but you're forced into this round once again, which also means Feeling Faded are down 5-1. It does feel like we're just seeing remnants from that last match that they just haven't recovered from. And like we heard from Zora, the Skibbity Riz is just too strong for this Pantheon team. I have to do it.
Yeah, I mean, this is just looking so rough right now. What? Scorpio. What is this? What is this crosshair?
That is a crosshair.
My brain hurts. So does Randy's.
I know exactly where you are.
And that Neural Theft will come out too. Very useful, but the flank will still come out. So Pantheon are so far ahead in this too.
Yeah, Pantheon are looking so clean in this matchup, and it's not boding well for Feeling Faded as they once again have to pull off a retake, and there's so little going for them. Can't stop the Dizzy from blinding 2 players, and everything falls apart. It's a flawless round. This could be the fastest series in Mayhem Montaigne.
Okay, we are doing this. Okay.
Yeah, we're doing this.
Wait, this is looking.
What is this?
Wait,
That's my face right now. That's my face.
I have to do a check here. All right, normal, Scorpio,
No.
decent. Or which one?
Welcome to Crosshair Johnny. That's my face right now. That's just me.
This
What's
is
up?
me trying to cast this right now because it's like there's not. It is
How
hard
much
sometimes.
more can we gas up?
Pantheon.
Pantheon. Yep, I forgot their name.
I mean that is.
The eyes a move. That's somehow unsettling.
I mean they've literally broken us at this point. Like it is just looking so rough. Hopefully Randy can find something here, play a hero moment because we just have seen no life out of this team. I know we said it. At this point, we're just gonna keep talking about Jersey Mike's like we were before the broadcast because it is just looking like stale bread right now from this team.
Okay, wow, all right. Is that a shot at Jersey Mike's? They never have stale bread.
I don't have Jersey. I'm Canadian.
That's right. You guys don't have it. They have pretty good bread. They have pretty solid bread. And Gem's trying to get some bread right now. I don't know. I don't have a transition for this. Feeling faded. Please pull off a retake. Please give us something to talk about here.
We're about to see something.
An advantage, and they're going for a 3-player flank on the main part of where the attackers are held up. I'm really fumbling this cast because I'm running out of things to say as Anya and Gunk fall. Randy is the last one left on this flank.
Actually worked pretty well.
Yeah, has 2 players also coming in from the front line to try and start this defuse, but they're out of time. There's no time.
Oh, yeah,
it's not even close.
They spent too much time slowly walking down library and mid. It's just... Derek, how's your day going? You know, like, do anything fun today? Like, how's your, like, besides your Jersey Mice, like, do anything fun? You just chilling, or?
Took a nap. It's my day off work, so, yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Woke up, did some stuff around the house, took a nap. Yeah.
I feel like one of these teams definitely took a nap and are still napping throughout this game. I won't tell you which one is napping, but
Feeling faded they are currently sleeping and driving.
I mean, at this point, I don't even know if they're driving. They did find that 1 kill or that 1 round earlier in the round, but again, it was off a reload.
Unnerving that the eyes move. Why do the eyes move?
I'll get off. You're good.
Thank
You're
you.
okay. Rolling Thunder does come out. This is gonna go so well, right? Right?
Trying to rebel against the... Oh my god. This is bad. I'm sorry, Feeling faded.
They are not feeling faded anymore. They're feeling
They are feeling
for
faded.
this one.
They're feeling faded out of this damn game, dude.
I don't think they're feeling it anymore. I think they are just faded.
They're too faded in this game. They're zonked out of their minds. Oh, man.
And a flawless goes towards Pantheon. I mean, there's no
how was your day?
them.
How was your day, Rose?
I woke up.
At this point, I feel like, do I just go back to doing like the golf commentary voice? You know, like just trying to switch something up. It feels unfitting for a massacre, but you know.
Gunk drew Tony's crosshair.
My cat is currently like.
Yeah, talk to us about your cat. You know, like.
Yeah, sure, you know what? I'll bring the cat on stream. Hold up.
What do you you're gonna bring the cat on stream? Oh, you're gonna do some meows. Ivy finds 1. Can they find even more as they are just pushing on mid? Going to be very difficult here as they will look to push back.
Take away the casting, Licorice.
Well. Alright, let's go. Let me hear some cat sting.
Yeah, I don't think he picked up on the microphone, but Licorice is watching as Feeling Faded are fading out of this game. They've managed to get an opening kill and get another one at that. Randy posting up on this B side and is trying to hold on to dear life as they vacate out of it, and that plant will go down. It's another post plant for Pantheon, trying to stack another round on the tally here. The wingman's just gonna commit death. Okay, good shot from Randy, though. Zora goes down, and Randy is the hero of this round. Anya gets the final kill, and the crowd goes wild. Hit him with it, Licorice. You're fat. I don't like you.
Wow, that's crazy to say. As Feeling Faded, they win their second round. Let's go. It's a flawless for the GOATs of this tournament. They are going crazy in the chat. Right? We're seeing Oh. No? Okay.
Oh,
and
that's just Giga asking what happened to the stream.
Yeah, Giga's mad.
The stream is going nuts. I would like to see him stream. That'd be good. As we see,
when are we getting Giga back? Giga, you were our observer for like the first game, and like
you only do it like 480.
Giga hates me, confirmed.
Yeah, on God.
Well, now you want to meow. You suck.
way too late. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We'll see Feeling Faded once again. Final 2 rounds. Maybe they can make it at 8-4, you know? It's possible somewhere. You know, you never know what can happen in this tournament.
You never know indeed, and perhaps that green olive energy just takes a while to charge up, as finally a round was found by Feeling Faded. Once again, it feels like it's on the table of whether or not it can reinvigorate them back into this series. Skunk is trying to hold on to mid, and is possibly going to be doing so in vain, as nobody is really here except for Wonderland on a late lurk, and it's just going to wait out that clock as their team is posting towards the A side. I have a bad feeling about this round for Feeling Faded. I don't know what it is.
That's fine.
I've had a bad feeling about the rounds for Feeling Faded since about round 4 on Icebox.
Every little thing is gonna be alright.
Okay, Ivy manages to get a kill, but exactly as I said, Wonderland is going to get the timing that they need, and Celery collects a kill on the site itself, which is going to stretch these defenders thin. They won't have the manpower to try and hold off this flank from Wonderland that can do so very much. Randy snuffed out of the round. Rez comes through and Gunk gets a kill. Gem tallies as well, and everything falls to a 1v4 for Celery, who's on 1 HP and can't get the dream. It's a 3rd round for Feeling Faded. More than they've had in any map.
I mean, did they only have 2 last? They did only 2 last map. Hey, this could be a 9-3 or maybe a 8-4. This is still possible at the end of the day. Randy has been doing quite well on these picks. You do see Anya stepping up, or Anya stepping up as well.
Randy has been like the only redeeming factor for Feeling Faded in this matchup, sadly.
Yeah, for the most part, let's be honest. But
it's really disappointing as well because, like you said, there are some members of Feeling Faded that can step up, but playing with that sub, it definitely seems to be hindering their approach right now. They've not felt like themselves. And once again, it's... Actually, is this the first time they've had 2 rounds in a row? I think it is.
In this series, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely did not win both their only 2 rounds last map in a row there. It was very separate, and it was very interesting, as Hunter's Fury will come out looking for some sort of picks, but the damage won't really be found.
And nothing really being found for Feeling Faded as that plant goes down. This A site has been a problem, and Scorpio is just posting up, trying to harass Heaven here. In reality, is just there to stall out the time. Doesn't want to give over their life. Pinged out by the sonar though, and Ivy trying to double up here, but instead it's only gonna be a double response from Pantheon, and everything falls apart. Anya stuck towards the A main, coming out of the dimensional drift. Won't manage to get a kill onto Zora, but everything falls on their shoulders. So it's a 1v3 made 1v2. A good flash and some good kills, but the time is too low and running out of bullets as well. So Toxic Tony will collect.
Another problem that I think Feeling Faded has that they're always running out of time. It's always a time thing, too slow to get onto the retake, too slow to actually push the site. And I mean, Pantheon kind of just chilling. They don't really care about falling off site. They're always playing on. They're always just kind of chilling, like I said. They don't really mind waiting because it always favors them at the end of the day. Now that it's 9-3, we'll see what Feeling Faded can do. They definitely can rack up some rounds, but if they're going to win this map, in full honestly, they have to win this pistol. That is the main thing for them if they want to somehow compete in this game.
Or perhaps the curse. It's 9-3.
I mean, it is 9-3. We have seen it happen before, but can it happen now is the best question. As it does look like they are going to be pushing B, but that is where Scorpio is. You do not want to go where Scorpio is 90% of this game, and that was an interesting smoke.
And they're also going towards Toxic Tony, who has had a very good series thus far, and Scorpio is there to add to the grief of any fan of Feeling Faded. Randy blindsided in mid, and everything comes down to Ivy, who isn't even considering being shot in the back at all. Wonderland will collect the final kill. It's another flawless round.
So, Where are you eating tomorrow?
I don't know. There's some leftover chicken noodle soup and mashed potatoes. Probably gonna mix that up and nom on that.
Nice, nice. I got some chili in the fridge that I might eat. Some leftover chili. Some yum yum.
Chili's good. I love chili.
Yeah, we'll have to see what FinFed to do. They're not actually opting to force here, which we'll definitely see if that is the correct option. I usually like it, but when you're getting this dominated, I mean I don't know anymore. Let's be honest. Feeling Fade, they need a hope. They need a miracle. They need to kill Scorpio somehow.
I mean, yeah, it's just not going Feeling Faded's way at all. Did they force into this? They didn't. They go for the full eco as well. So they're really counting on the 11-3 comeback right now. Unless the curse. For it, we will go into golf commentary mode as they look to work their way up towards mid here. Celery will be cut off by a smoke, and it's Wonderland to respond to this aggression. Shots go awry, and the Outlaw not able to find their mark. But alas, nothing is given over to the attack. As they're trying to push forward, they will take out the Dizzy, attempting to line them, but the Wingman will find its stun, and a Wonderland will collect their due, as everybody falls in a matter of seconds. It's yet another flawless for Pantheon.
Yes, there's a very nice hole there. We saw them all just go in. It was essentially a hole-in-one if you were putting it in golf terms. I really liked how they were able to present the hole with a very nice stature of surroundation.
I don't like the way you're saying hole. I don't like that. Like, there's something about it that's just...
Get your mind out of the dirty hole.
You're giving me the ick. You're giving me the ick.
I'm giving you the ick. Okay, I'll stop saying hole.
Oh.
Anyway, that was a very easy round. It was a flawless. Scorpio again taking an aggressive angle.
What's up? It's your boy. Oh.
Hey, what's up? It's Scorpio here.
No, don't do it, Scorpio. Don't you dare updraft and just go around slowly. That would be so BM. Randy,
Speaking of BM,
have to receive this aggression from the defenders and we'll cut it off. The shining light in the dark for Feeling Faded throughout this entire series will once again offer up a potential round. Gonna work their way onto this B side. My cat is just pawing at my door. It's just so...
Let me in.
Let me in. He wants food. He's very food motivated.
Yeah, clearly Feeling Faded are not at the moment because them green olives just aren't filling them up.
Who was it? Who was it? I think
was it Gunk?
I think it might have been Gunk. Gunk, eat. This is why you're playing bad, Gunk. You didn't. Gunk is playing on an empty stomach and like 3 Red Bulls, I think it was.
Oh yeah, it was that. Yeah. This round is looking L. Joverton.
L. Joverton indeed, as finally it's gonna be a round for Feeling Faded. Hey.
I did really good there at switching exactly right before each player was gonna die. That was great observing work from me there. It was about as good work as we've seen from Feeling Faded in this series as a whole. We'll see what they can do here, though. They did win that round, but they need to stack these up. They need to go on a miracle run.
We call that the Static Special. I'm sorry, Static. You didn't deserve that.
Damn.
You know they can hear me now, too. That ain't fair.
That's great.
That was nice of you.
Welcome to the welcome to the cast, Static. How's it going? How's it going?
I'm dying over here. It's
yeah. I mean, that means you can join me for some of this commentary. You know, free up roads for some of this observing that he's had to do on the spot.
Just hates me.
Yeah, no.
That too. Randy hates Wonderland. Once again, manages to snuff them out of the round. He's also going to collect that orb, one off of the Cosmic Divide. Can you stop? He's just going at my door.
No, keep going.
Okay, all right. We're going to keep going.
I believe in Elderia's cat more than I believe in this comeback right now.
The worst part is he's very close to figuring out handles, like door handles, but he just hasn't quite clicked.
Just can't do it.
Well, like, he knows that if it, like, it's the key to opening the door, but doesn't understand the like pulling it down aspect. So he just kind of.
Is he gonna get caught? Is this shit gonna get caught?
Whoa, I don't know. Scorpio working up the flank here, trying to dig their heels into this round, but will only be taken out by Ivy. The fuse is attempted, and it's a good coverage thus far from Pantheon, but Randy is the linchpin of this round on the flank and also gets the suck on the spike. I believe the time is too far gone, and on top of that, that kill will definitely confirm the clutch for Randy.
Once again, Randy winning these rounds, had that slow flank. Of course, only got one pick, but either way, this, you know what? It's 2 rounds. I'm doing the Darius special. This comeback is here. It's alive. Pantheon cannot handle the pressure of it. They are gonna lose this map because Feeling Faded. They're here. They're hungry. They're looking to no longer be a donut in the standings. They're looking to no longer be at the bottom. They are gonna win this map. Just watch, because they are looking on fire just because of 2 rounds.
And I've got to take up the mantle of the doubter, I imagine, because I don't want to curse Feeling entirely. So I am on board with the Pantheon train, as they'll only need 2 more rounds to close it out. Surely that is not too tall of a task. Just need to sync up their utility, their weapons, and their ultimates to find a measly 2 rounds. Zora back at the site, holding off on this flash to set up Celery for a peek. But all this noise has been cut by Feeling Faded. It's going to sow some doubt in the heads of Pantheon.
And it does look like Feeling Faded want to go for this again. It has worked time and time again, so can it go this time? Wonderland this time didn't push out of main, so definitely will have the trips available for the site. Unless they go for this kind of peak, which I'm not really... I'm expecting it at this point, let's be honest. This could definitely be dangerous. And they're giving it...
Okay, interesting decision here from Pantheon. They seem to have some kind of indication that it's the A site, and well, it is a wrong decision, as this B site will be taken. The plant is going to possibly go... Okay, they don't shoot out the tripwire, but luckily protected by the wall, and Gem responds. Brings us to a 4v2 post-plant. Attempting to retake in through the heaven is Pantheon. Celery is looking to be the first contact, gonna throw out some flashes and peek out of the smoke, trying to find any of these gunfights. And it's once again Randy on a late flank, trying to make sure that this round is sealed tight, and it all falls to Celery, low on time, trying to take the engagements, but there's no way.
Yeah, like I said, Feeling Faded. Their comeback is here. Once again, able to win that round. Once again, Wonderland gets bested on that B site. Doesn't want to sit on B site. I don't know if Wonderland is allergic or something, but Wonderland will just peek off it. They'll go back into their spawn. They'll do this and that when they should know by now. Feeling Faded, they are so schizo about what site they want to be on. They'll go to this one and then they'll flip off the B. We saw the same thing on Icebox, and it is definitely a detriment at the moment for them because they just don't want to hit the same site that has been so prevalent throughout the match.
It certainly is going to be a uphill battle here for Feeling Faded. Don't have a lot of room for error. Ivy, though, opens up this round and opens up the A site. This plant will go down. It's not looking too terrible, especially with the weak weaponry in the hands of Pantheon. But like I said, they only need to find 2 measly rounds to close out this series. Ivy, strong on the flank hold, takes out Scorpio. And Toxic Tony is right there as well, seemingly just holding for the exit frags. They're looking to just try and cause as much economic damage as they can going forward here. It's Toxic Tony closing in closer and closer. They lurk, and it's not considered by the attack as 1 kill is collected and another as well, but the time is surely too low as Zora forced to retreat.
Once again, the time runs out, and it does feel like we're starting to see the opposite of what happened in the first half. Is Pantheon they're just letting the time is running out on them every single time they go too slow. Yes, that was a eco for them, so I mean they'll take that damage at the end of the day. But we're seeing some rounds stacked up here, 17, 13, and 3 now for Randy, pushing even further for this team. Even Anya is doing quite well with 16 kills. As this timeout from Pantheon really shows that, hey, we need to take a step on these breaks. We need to figure out what Feeling Faded is doing, and we need to play off them a bit better. We need to show them why we were doing so well in the first half and last map in general. I really want to see them start talking to each other a bit more because the communication just seems a bit off at the moment.
Pantheon is letting this slip through their fingers, but this timeout could be the answer that they need. They've got all their rifles back up and running as well, or at least should after that full eco last round. This is possibly their best chance to secure a match point for this map, as they've got 4 ultimates available as well.
Static, what's your assessment on what Feeling Fade need to do to continue trying to get back into this map?
Well, it seems like they're just getting their picks. So they just need to keep finding that pick, backing up, reassessing, and then just hit where they feel is the best site to hit, realistically.
It would have been funny if you said I'm Iron.
That also would have been, great callback, So a fun fact, though, about Valorant is that
it's a game.
It's a game. At the end of the day, though, if you are able to click 5 heads, you will win 9 out of 10 rounds.
Well, yeah.
So if Feeling Faded can do that, which they have been doing very poorly thus far, and all of a sudden they're doing it better, if they can do it even better than that, this series could be back on. And perhaps that's what they talked about during the timeout.
Possibly.
All I'm saying is that 2 rounds have turned the 4 now, and with that timeout called, you can see the adjustments that Pantheon are trying to make here. They are calling more people towards this B side, kind of. And Wonderland, hopefully, does not give this site once again, as we do see as well, Randy just playing so slowly, and from the shadows is going to spot out Randy there as well, so they know they have an inkling that this B could be happening, but they still haven't budged.
They're also playing more passive in this round, and Scorpio manages to get the kill onto Icy and also takes out Anya as well, peeking into the one-way spoke. So much confidence here from the I'm blanking on the name, but this is match point. Yoru. Why did I completely forget their name? Wow. Match point for Pantheon.
Yoroi also. What is that? Is that your you? Yeah, Yoroi.
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
Well,
so I try to say yours name backwards.
Well, either way, that was a great round by Pantheon. I mean, they did exactly what they needed to do in that scenario. They needed to stop giving them 1v1s, stop giving them opportunities to get a advantage, and exactly how that happened. So, great execution off of Pantheon's side.
Anything can happen here in the Mountain Ma'am. Sorry for cutting you off.
Nah, you're fine. I talked too much.
Ooh,
Wait,
that is a trip.
That
is mean. If that works.
Wait. Can a jet get pulled back and into the void? That'd be funny if they tried to dash over.
That's what my first thought was with it being sort of on the floor there. Was that like the jet's toes would activate it?
Not the feetsies.
Not the feetsies.
Does look like Feeling Fade are opting for a 5-man B. We'll see if it works out for once.
They'll be trying to sniff some toes in this round, and Gem is instead going to find some ahead. Anya's going to get it as well.
I wish I could.
Okay.
What the heck was that about?
We're bored, man. Like,
I'm enjoying this Feeling Faded comeback here. We have a 5 versus 3. They've totally not thrown these before, as Scorpio might still be alive, but you know what? That doesn't matter, as this B site, the time is ticking.
The Ran flank is coming in at
enough
least.
runway though to win this retake. It's 3v5 and the Hunter's Fury rains out. They're gonna start to whittle down this post-plant utility, and Celery is gonna start to stick onto the spike, but good coverage from Randy on the flank, and Anya puts the nail in the coffin as well, as it's gonna be defeat staved off by Feeling Faded. I'm really working my caster squares magic right now.
Yo.
I'm just saying, if Feeling Faded pull off this comeback, I'm gonna be one. I am free of having to write an apology. Two, I feel like I need to like get some kind of compensation.
Compensation. Didn't you? Yeah. But you made them lose the first map, so wouldn't it just cancel each other out?
No.
No.
No. Look. No.
No. What up? And Wonderland dies again. Huge Feeling Fade.
Wonderland's going back to these early aggressions out of B, and I'm very confused as to why, because it hasn't worked all half, and it felt like they kind of stopped doing so, and especially after the timeout, we're taking a more passive stance, which is how they found the match point, and they're once again back to sort of over-aggressing and now giving over these picks to Feeling Faded. Randy is on the flank again. I swear to God, Pantheon, if you are not considering the flank, I'm going to be a very angry boy. They are at least considering the option. They do need to start making headway towards the spike, though, and Scorpio is going to get aggressive on it. Some amazing shots coming out from Scorpio to put potentially the nail in the coffin for Feeling Faded. It's all up to Gem and Randy, and they'll do well in the clutch so far, as they're not paying attention to Randy's position, and Gem is collecting on the front lines as well. They managed to pull through despite some amazing heroics from Scorpio.
Huge round there from Gem, finally able to find some sort of picks, and that is exactly what you want when you're down. It's looking so over, but Scorpio couldn't do enough in that round. Gem with a 4K on the Sage, finally Feeling Faded can get all their members up to the snuff, and there's only 3 rounds left in regulation. This is really possible. Of course, that was an eco for the side of Pantheon, but that definitely does draw some more attention and give Scorpio some more motivation into this next round. But we'll definitely see what they decide to do, as once again Randy is just lurking around. Can Scorpio find a potential first blood? That could definitely stifle Feeling Faded early in this round.
Once again, it's a passive setup from Pantheon here. They're trying to go back to what found them match point after that heartbreaking loss in the last round. They were so very close to pulling it over the line, but we have a little bit more game to be played here on Abyss. Feeling Faded have not rolled over quite yet, but it's still so brutal, as at any moment this comeback could be stripped away from you, and Pantheon are playing this quite well. They have all 5 players up for yet another retake, which they have looked stellar in, especially in map 1. And yeah, caught in a wire is going to reveal their position, and they can't destroy it either, so they're fully exposed right now. Gonna toss out the flash, try and prevent these defenders from barreling in on them, and we'll get only a single kill. It's equalized to a 4v4, and Wingman gets onto that spike defuse. Toxic Tony is providing the coverage, and they can't kill the Wingman. It all is lost to a defuse. A comeback that could have been is instead gonna be Pantheon pulling it over the line.
Yeah, and Randy fell to the flank. Celery was watching it, did not care for the site, because they knew exactly what was gonna happen. It is not what you want if you're Feeling Faded. You go down 0-4 now, but congratulations to Pantheon. They pick up their first win in this tournament, and they're looking to make it more. What a game there for Randy. Couldn't pull it across, but Toxic Tony and Scorpio, absolutely phenomenal performance today for the side of Pantheon. Definitely the reasons they were able to win.
I forgot that Static was watching my POV, so you guys just get to look at the lobby now as we pull in a Wonderland for our post-map match interview and get to pick their brain about this series. Maybe even Static will be able to ask some questions for the interview. Congratulations on winning the match, Wonderland. You guys managed to break your streak of losses.
Yep. Yeah, no, it feels really good.
So I wanted to ask you a bit more about the map Veto, because from what I hear, it was totally accidental to pick Icebox, and
Yeah.
things looked a little bit shaky on Abyss as well. But at the end of the day, you guys pulled through the 2-0.
Yeah. So obviously, as team captain, it's my role, duty to pick and ban maps, and with the little map ban website, it's a hold to either ban or pick depending on what you're doing. And for some reason, it wasn't at one point, and my thumb hit Icebox, and that was the pick. And I didn't feel like sending a redo, so we have a list, like a ranking of maps that we're truly banning, and then we have maps that we're good on. Icebox was a map that we're comfortable and we're not totally gonna avoid it, so we just rolled with it.
Coming into today, you guys were 0-3. You're probably just not feeling the best about your performance. So coming into this series in particular, where both teams haven't actually won a series, what were your main thoughts heading into it? What did you think your team needed to improve on, and what did you think you needed to do heading into it in general?
Yeah. So for a lot of us, it's their first time or our first time competing, like in a team setting, apart from scrims and premiere. And apart from that, it's also a lot of our teammates' first time competing in general. So it's just getting, all of our maps thankfully have been streamed, thanks to you guys. But it's getting those jitters out of the way, and also just focusing on what we practice. Because I tell them all the time, like, we scrim basically every day up until like a match. So I feel like we scrim more than just about anyone, and we just got to keep that mindset right. Keep focus on the game. Don't lose track, no matter if it gets tough or not. Like, just stay the course. And we finally showed what we're capable of now. And I think it's just a momentum thing. We keep rolling from here.
Yeah, you mentioned we stream your games a lot, and unfortunately, we haven't been able to see the best side of you guys.
Right.
A lot of it can also be blamed on Alderia for all his curses he does, but
Hey,
Yeah, I blame Elderia.
hey!
Yeah, no, I mean, we had some role, like, I guess at the beginning we just didn't have everyone on their comfortable roles, and we just kind of figured it out as
yeah,
we've gone, and now we're there. And I think, yeah,
yeah. At the start of this turn, we saw Scorpio a lot of the time on Initiator. Have you guys started swapping permanently Scorpio to that duelist role since there's such just a really good
Yeah.
shooter for your team?
yeah, no doubt. He's been top fragging for us a lot, pretty much, on a consistent basis, if not all. And so we just decided, let's get someone in there that's constantly on frags. I know I had my time on Duelist and got to see some success, but also a little bit of ups and downs as Duelists do. But
Fun things.
we just but we just decided, let's get him on Duelist. Let's see what we can do. Possibly, keep that top fragging going, and then obviously, we asked Zora, like, they're comfortable on flashes. They are, and so here we are.
I mean, Ecstatic, any questions for you? It was the first time to partake in an interview.
I mean, so after this game, after winning your match, who do you see? Who's the biggest person right now in the league that you're looking to match up against next?
I mean, I have a little bit of a revenge factor, but
Oh,
against a certain team, but that's okay. Right now, we're just gonna take it 1 week at a time. Next
Okay.
next opponent's up, and we'll just focus on that. Obviously,
Okay.
we can't control anything we can't, so we just gotta keep going and take it 1 week at a time.
Fair enough.
Just savor this moment. We don't have to go in the weekend with a little bit of a sadness to it. So we can savor this win, and then we just get right back to work on Monday.
I'm gonna let you know, Al. They
certainly...
can't see you.
Oh, certainly a moment to savor here. That's for sure. Congratulations on your win. You guys go 1-3, finally breaking that loss streak, and maybe you can start to turn things around here at Mayhem Mountain. As for that, it's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you for tuning in, and catch you guys next time.
Adios.
Thank you.
Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. Going with the gut, never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet, hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up. You can have it all, watch me rip it off. I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella loved. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging, we going come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars, girl.